Hi, I'm John. I'm here at the Schiffer Book Farm with the first video of 2025 and the last new book releases of 2024. What we have here is a multi-volume history of ERMA, ERMA being the Erfurter Maschinenfabrik. ERMA was a German industrial concern. They were in business from, excuse me, I put those down. In business from 1924 to 2003, and they produced primarily small arms, with that production peaking during the Second World War. ERMA produced all kinds of guns for the German military during the war. They made K-98s at times, they made Sturmgewehrs at times, but they're probably most sort of pivotal and well known for the development and production of some machine guns during the war. Before the war, in the early 30s, they purchased the rights to a submachine gun design that was designed independently by Heinrich Vollmer, and ERMA named that gun the EMP. The EMP was reasonably successful, and then during World War II, the EMP gradually is sort of developed into and refined to become the MP40, which is quite famous. ERMA makes hundreds of thousands of MP40s. Other factories make MP40s as well. And volume 3 of this series does a really good job of explaining that process of how you kind of get from EMP to MP40. You get to see some really cool, really rare prototypes that come in between the two and around the two. At this point, I should mention that only volumes 1 and 2 are in stock now. But volume 3 isn't far away. It's scheduled for publication on February 11th, 2025, and we should have stock in the warehouse some point in January, so it's not far away at all. That said, I want to turn around the camera and give you a preview of all 3 books. I have all 3 volumes here. This work was originally published in German in a single volume, and it was over 900 pages long. The English version has even a little more content in it than the German version, and we wanted to let the layout breathe a little more, showcase some of the photography, make photos bigger. So we split it into 3 volumes. And combined, the English version, this version, is more than 1,000 pages. The breakpoints between the books are such that, although we of course would love for you to buy all 3, each book can stand on its own and be a good reference. The volume 1 includes a corporate history of ERMA, which is relatively short, and then it gets into the bulk of the text, which is entries, details about individual designs. Volume 1 covers all the rifles. Next, we have volume 2, which is particularly huge. It is 512 pages long, and it's all handguns. Lastly, we have volume 3, which is about the submachine guns, as I mentioned earlier. And it also includes the Sturmgewehr, other odds and ends like flare guns and non-gun products that were made by ERMA are in here. Volume 3 also, it has all the appendices. So it has charts, things like that with production figures. Although the appendices are just in volume 3, each of the books does have its own it has its own bibliography, own endnotes, own index, and that created a lot of extra work, but it is just the right thing to do for the reader. It makes each book much more useful on its own. On the back cover, we have the author, Holger Schlemeier. Holger has been really impressive to work with. He spent more than 20 years doing the research for this work, and he also did the translation himself. He not only speaks excellent English, but considering how specialized and technical some of this content is, I Not sure if anybody else really could have done a good translation of this book. The books all have different prices. We just priced them fair based on their respective page counts. Volume 3 is $50. Volume 2 is $80. And Volume 1 is $60. Thank you for watching, and thank you for a great 2024. Lots of exciting new books coming along in 2025, which I look forward to telling you all about on this channel. You can find links to the ERMA books in the description below. Happy New Year.